They say the most powerful word we humans have is no. With it, we set boundaries. With it, we protect ourselves. With it, we decide what enters our lives and what doesn't. But what would happen if, for just one day, that word disappeared from your vocabulary? Not long ago, I decided to run a radical experiment. Spend 24 hours without saying the word no. That meant every proposal, every favor, every challenge, every request, big or small, had to be answered with a yes. In theory, it sounds fun, but what I didn't expect was to discover how uncomfortable, challenging, and transformative a simple yes could be. The experiment started early, almost without me noticing. As soon as I woke up, a friend wrote to me, "Hey, should we have something different for breakfast today?" Any other morning, I would have said, "No, let's just stick to the usual." But that day, I couldn't, so I answered, "Yes, let's go." What followed was a festival of incomprehensible flavors. Among them, a green smoothie of suspicious texture, eggs far too spicy, and something I swear was stale bread, disguised as culinary innovation. I tried to smile, but inside I thought, what kind of mess did I just get myself into at the very start of the day? The neighbor in the boxes, on my way back, I ran into my neighbor. A kind man, but famous for having endless moves inside his own apartment. He looked at me and said, "Could you help me move some boxes? They're not that heavy." The old me would have come up with an excuse. But that day, with a mix of resignation and curiosity, I replied, "Yes, sure." Minutes later, I was in his living room, surrounded by towers of cardboard that looked like a Tetris battlefield. What was supposed to be a 5-minute favor turned into almost an hour of lifting, pushing, and sweating. It was barely 9 in the morning, and I already felt like I'd run a marathon. The unexpected work, I thought the rest of the morning would be calm. Wrong. A coworker messaged me. "Could you cover my meeting? It's just an hour." Once again, the automatic yes came out of my mouth. And so I found myself in a video call with strangers, discussing a project I knew nothing about. The irony was clear. There I was, saying yes, but thinking about all the no's that could have saved me time and energy. The morning had been heavy, but the real chaos began after lunch. The physical challenge, a friend suggested something unexpected. "Let's go run 5 kilometers, are you in?" I hate running. Every fiber of my being wanted to refuse. But, as you know, I couldn't, so I said yes. And minutes later, I was gasping, sweating, and praying for the finish line. The funny thing is that, even though I suffered, I also experienced a small victory, finishing something I would never have done on my own. The street and the improvised charity. Later, while walking through the city, someone stopped me with a donation can. "Would you like to give to our cause?" That day, there was no room for a negative. I said yes and handed over what I had. It was a costly yes. There went the money I had planned for coffee, the most uncomfortable moment, and then came the climax of the chaos. Someone asked me to sing in public. A group of friends in the middle of the plaza pushed me to grab an improvised microphone and let out a few notes. My hands shook, my voice cracked, and the laughter of onlookers only raised the pressure. It was humiliating, but also liberating. Because in the middle of the discomfort, I realized something. What we fear the most is often not failing itself, but being seen failing. That, yes, though painful, gave me an unexpected lesson. As the afternoon went on, I was exhausted. The constant yes had drained me physically and emotionally. I felt like each decision took away a little bit of control over my life. By the end of those 24 hours, I felt tired, confused, but also grateful, because I understood that many opportunities die with an automatic no, but too many yes can drown us as well. Life is about choosing wisely what we say yes to and what we say no to. And now, I want to pass the question to you. Would you dare to spend 24 hours without saying no